Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. I am Smriti Rastogi. On the recent International Women's Day, 15 women entrepreneurs were felicitated with Women Transforming India Awards. It recognizes women entrepreneurs who, through business, enterprises, and initiatives, are providing innovative development solutions and are impacting communities. These awards have been happening for the last 3 years in association with Niti Aayog. These awards highlight the exceptional stories behind their exemplary achievements. Today, in this special episode, Women Transforming India, we are celebrating the achievements of these women, their journey, their versatile roles, their contribution and challenges, and everything which contributes them in making what they are. हम इन महिलाओं की जिंदगी से जुड़े तमाम पहलुओं पर बात करेंगे, क्या इंस्पिरेशन रही है इन महिला उद्यमियों की, इन सब पहलुओं पर बात करेंगे। हमारे साथ आज स्टूडियो में मौजूद हैं कुछ विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स। लेट मी फर्स्ट इंट्रोड्यूस सुजाता साहू, फाउंडर डायरेक्टर एंड चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, 17,000 Feet Foundation. Ramya Venkataraman, founder and CEO, Center for Teacher Accreditation. Rinka Banerjee, founder and director, Thinking Folks Consulting Private Limited. And Poonam Bir Kasturi, founder, Daily Dump. I, on behalf of Rajya Sabha Television, welcome and congratulate you all for the Women Transforming India Awards. Indeed, it has been a remarkable accomplishment on the part of all of you. Let me now first begin by asking you, Sujata, tell us about how it feels with this recognition and felicitation.
It is an amazing platform, actually, recognizing women entrepreneurs, who all of us who have left the comfort of our homes or left the comfort of societal obligations. I think it is great to be in the company of a lot of women entrepreneurs. It was very humbling. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा और एक से बढ़कर एक बहुत अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं. And it's very humbling for me to receive the award. And the award for me is a recognition of my work and through which मैं और भी कर सकती हूँ अपनी फील्ड में. So it feels very good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. Welcome. On behalf of Rajya Sabha Television, I welcome you all again to this show. And lovely to have you all, interacting with you all. रम्या, आपसे पूछूंगी कि felicitation जब मिला, how was it that finally जो हम काम करते आ रहे हैं उसका एक बड़े लेवल पे एक सार्थक प्रयास का हमें recognition मिला. How was the feeling at that point of time?
It felt very good. Very good. And as Sujata also said, I think this platform allows each of us to do even more work. I mean, we have a long way to go. So this is not a, by no means is it an end point of a kind, but it's a milestone. And felt very good कि इस platform पे we can connect with many more people. We can tell the world more broadly about what we are doing. And that in turn will play a big role in taking the initiative itself to the next level.
Rinka, आप बताइए.
So it was a fantastic experience to just go through this entire journey with the UN Niti Aayog, and I think it's a fabulous thing that they're doing to recognize women, and not just us getting the 15 people who got the award, but also all the people who participated in it. The kind of work they were doing, जो काम कर रहे थे वो इतना exemplary था, एक से बढ़कर एक उनकी जो contributions थी. To me personally, it felt a recognition of the risks I have taken in life, why I have gotten into this journey, and it's a difficult journey. Also the kind of effort that the team puts together. So it's not just one individual who makes a story happen. So it's also recognition of that. So it felt extremely humbling to get recognized.
And Poonam, how different was the experience altogether with the felicitation?
I think personally for me, because I'm such a focused, solitary kind of person, this platform was a great opportunity to actually, feel like, oh my God, there are so many of us. And so many of us doing such great work. And so that felt really great. And I think the government reaching out and doing this kind of getting people together, getting them to share stories, it gives a lot of support.
It kinds of
हिम्मत देती है कि हाँ हम अकेले नहीं हैं, इतने लोग हैं.
Domino effect की अगर बात करें तो ऐसा लगता है कि it's spreading.
Yes, yes.
The feeling, the inspiration is spreading. Sujata, your institution, the 17,000 Feet Foundation, it is working for remote mountainous villages for tribal communities living in rural areas of Ladakh. आप थोड़ा विस्तार से बताइए कि क्या ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाउ इज इट डिफरेंट और कैसे क्या काम रहता है?
देखिए यहाँ पे लद्दाख में देर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ टाइनी हैमलेट्स, मैं तो उनको सेटलमेंट्स ही कहूँगी। इतने छोटे गांव हैं कि वहाँ पे सिर्फ मे बी एट ऑन एन एवरेज 50 घर होंगे। नाउ दीज एरियाज हैव बीन इग्नोर्ड फॉर मैनी डेकेड्स। अभी रिसेंटली लद्दाख यूटी बना है एंड इट्स गेटिंग अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अटेंशन, बट प्रायर टू दैट नथिंग वाज रियली हैपनिंग देयर। मेरी संस्था जो करती है, वी आर ट्राइंग टू ट्रांसफॉर्म द लाइव्स ऑफ पीपल इन दीज रिमोट विलेजेस so that they don't have to migrate for their basic aspirations. One of the two core things that they really want is better education for their children, and they want better jobs. Halanki, the government has actually set up hundreds of schools in the region. Even if a school has only 5 children, there is still a school and there is a teacher teaching, which is quite amazing. It's an amazing initiative. So what we're trying to do is support the government in making these schools perform better. The teachers have better exposure, better training. Work with the communities and trying to tell them to send their children to these schools. So we upgrade the infrastructure, we brought in tablets, we've digitized, solarized many of these schools. And now what is happening is, since education, one of the biggest reasons which is contributing to migration, we've seen that we've been able to reduce that. So जब गवर्नमेंट की एक स्कूल है आपके गांव में, बच्चे छोटे बच्चे को दूर जाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. And that's basically what we are trying. एंड थ्रू 17,000 फीट हम ये भी, हमारी कोशिश ये भी है कि बाकियों को भी पता चले कि टूरिज्म के 2-3 जो 10-15 जो गांव हैं जो लोग जाते हैं, उनको छोड़ के भी और भी गांव हैं
जिनको एक्सप्लोर किया जाए.
प्लीज जाइएगा. देयर अमेजिंग पीपल एंड लद्दाख इज नॉट जस्ट ले, इट इज ले एंड कारगिल. सो आई एम ट्राइंग टू ड्राइव अ लॉट ऑफ अवेयरनेस अबाउट दीज places and hamlets which are a part of our own country.
Absolutely. And Sujata, we were talking about the children's strength.
Yes.
Strength of the students in the classrooms. Has it increased with the introduction of the improvement of infrastructure?
Absolutely. I mean, right now these government schools are looking better than private schools. They have tablets, they have solar electricity, playgrounds, furniture, carpeting, libraries, and communities are pulling the children back from private schools back into government schools. Attendance is improved. Going out of government schools to private schools is reduced, so we're pretty proud of it. Yes.
And Ramya, Center for Teacher Accreditation. Yeah. It is providing a bigger platform for the teachers. It's working for a cause. Tell us more about how it is helping the strength of teachers, the population of teachers, and giving them more opportunities.
Sure. So in our country, when we want teachers to improve, because teachers play such an important role in the quality of education, they play the most important role. So when we want teachers to improve, the normal approach we end up taking is, let me push training to the teacher, let me push technology, let me push content, a bunch of things into the classroom. And we tell the teacher, aap improve kijiye. But the question we don't ask, ki, when the teacher improves, how can the teacher's own career and own opportunities also grow? कोई टीचर बनता है, वो चाहे वो अच्छा टीचर हो, खराब टीचर हो, ऐसे ही उसका करियर चलता जाता है और वो रिटायर हो जाता है. बट हाउ कैन अ गुड टीचर गेट अपॉर्चुनिटीज विच आर डिफरेंशिएटेड एंड देयरफॉर क्रिएट मोटिवेशन फॉर अ लार्जर पॉपुलेशन कि मुझे भी अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करना है. सो दैट इज द
which is mandatory in present scenario. It is very mandatory because to educate children, a teacher has to be educated at the very first place. So improvement, teachers also look up to the point that we also improve ourselves.
Exactly. So it is teachers need to look up to that and to create that motivation for teachers to improve themselves. It is important that their improvement is related to career opportunities, which is what we are trying to provide through our certification. So the CENTA certification is a stamp of quality for the teacher, through which they get better jobs, better salary, better career growth, and create motivation for a much larger population of teachers. And we find that teachers from metros like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, whatever, right up to remote villages in Rajasthan, places like Ladakh, Northeast, remote villages of the South, they all participate because they see it as a stepping stone for their own career growth.
Absolutely.
And that in turn driving improvement.
Very nice, very innovative. And Rinka, very interesting name of your institution, Thinking Folks Consulting Private Limited. Tell our audience that what your institution does and what is that one unique factor which you would like to share with us about the institution.
Right. So Thinking Folks Consulting, we essentially work with the food industry. We provide them end-to-end research and development solutions, from really helping them create a product from an idea stage all the way through to helping them launch the product. Which is product packaging, unki nutrition health claims, how do you commercially manufacture the product, regulatory approvals kaise lenge, and how do you get the product out into the market. I personally was working for a large multinational organization before this. 16 saal kaam kiya. I was heading research and development, and that's when I realized कि एक ज़रूरत है इंडिया में जो बहुत ही बड़ी फूड इंडस्ट्री है, काफ़ी बड़ी स्मॉल मिडिल स्केल एंटरप्राइजेस हैं, मीडियम स्केल एंटरप्राइजेस हैं, जिनके पास एंड टू एंड R&D होती ही नहीं है. लार्ज कंपनीज हो, लार्ज मल्टीनेशनल्स, उनके पास काफ़ी सारी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होती है. आप अगर एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूट्स के पास जाओ, उनके पास रिसर्च होती है, पर उनको पता नहीं होता कि मार्केट में कैसे लाएं. सो द होल आइडिया वाज टू डेवलप एन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विच कैन प्रोवाइड द सोल्यूशन टू स्टार्टअप्स, MSMEs, and solve one of that was one big problem to solve. So that we've done in the last 6 years. We have helped about 20 new brands come into the market, a lot of them being startups, almost about 40-50 products that we've been able to help bring. Another fundamental problem that we want to solve is actually the whole issue around nutrition and health. And that's an area where we are specifically working on a lot of projects where we are helping small startups and larger companies looking at the area of malnutrition, looking at the area of overnutrition, chahe wo overweight ho, chahe wo diabetes ho. So we are helping them develop products right from idea all the way through helping them, bring it to the market. So that is what it is, and that's the big differentiator because India में ऐसी कोई end-to-end setup नहीं है. UK में, US में थोड़े बहुत हैं जो ऐसे करते हैं, but India में अभी FMCG space में, especially food and nutrition space में बिल्कुल नहीं है. So that's the vision with which I wanted to set this up about 6 years ago.
Very nice.
So and I'm happy with the progress we've made so far.
Absolutely. और पूनम एक बहुत बेहतरीन काम कर रही है आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट को लेके. डेली डंप नाम का इंस्टीट्यूशन है आपका, तो क्या काम है? जैसे कि मैं पढ़ रही हूँ कि 60% ऑफ द डेली वेस्ट जो हम निकालते हैं घर से या जो जनरेट होता है, दैट इज़ ऑर्गेनिक.
एब्सोल्युटली. एंड हमको ये नहीं पता, किसी ने बताया नहीं और कि इसमें इतना गुण है ये ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट में. और जब बच्चों से हम पूछते हैं इसमें क्या है, ये बोलते हैं कचरा है, एंड हम बोलते हैं नहीं ये ब्लैक गोल्ड है. तो जैसे प्रधानमंत्री ने स्वच्छ भारत का प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया था, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस इज़ पार्ट ऑफ दैट एफर्ट ऑफ गेटिंग एवरीबडी इन इंडिया टू से आई कैन हेल्प क्लीन अप इंडिया. I can start with me because usually if somebody goes to people and say, can we solve the waste problem? They say, hey, बहुत बड़ा है. What can one person do? This is a very tangible thing that you keep in your house. It's a product that we've created. We've innovated that. We created India's first home composter 14 years ago. And it's made by potter communities, so it looks beautiful. It doesn't look like a dirty dustbin. Wow. So you don't look and say, ganda hai. Say, wow, this is cool. I become proud. I convert it into compost. And if you don't have a garden, it's okay. You go to the tree outside your house and put it in. And then what happens is we've seen, we have 70,000 customers, unique families all over the country and in the US who've used our product. And we see that they start looking at other things. They start reducing plastic. They start buying safe things that they put back into water. So they start understanding what sustainability is, and more important, they suddenly start getting connected to the earth.
And they feel responsible at the same time.
And they feel proud.
Absolutely. Yeah. सुजाता, एक बात जो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम के लिए, कि कोई भी स्टोरी होती है, उसमें वो स्टोरी तभी बनती है, कहानी तभी बनती है जब उसमें कोई टर्निंग पॉइंट होता है. I'm sure there must have been a turning point in all your lives which must have inspired you all to be what you are today. Sujata, starting with you, what was that turning point in your story?
You see, I come from a corporate background, so I've been working in corporate for 15 years. 90s की बात कर रही हूँ. तो इंडिया में काम किया, US में 9 साल रही हूँ. After I came back from India, I think things started taking a little bit of a shape, because when you come back from a country which is obviously so developed, and you come back अपने country में देखते हैं कि यार इतनी problems हैं, हमने अभी तक क्यों नहीं किया? You tend to turn a blind eye, right? Sometimes you just become a little callous sometimes. My turning point actually happened when I came back to India. I quit. I said, "मुझे corporate में नहीं काम करना है," and I wanted to come back to India. I went on a solo trek to Ladakh. This was my first trip. So मैं वहाँ गई solo 3 हफ्तों के लिए, and I really had no idea. तब tourism had not hit Ladakh yet.
It was in which year?
2010.
2010.
I think
Okay.
Three Idiots had just released, and post that 2011 onwards, it kicked up in a big way. So मैं वहाँ चली गई. वहाँ पे कोई था नहीं, कुछ है नहीं करने को, and मैं ट्रैक कर रही हूँ, तो I was very overconfident कि हाँ मैं ये कर सकती हूँ. Now Ladakh is a thing, it's high altitude. You need to acclimatize. You need to prepare yourself for being in that low oxygen region.
Absolutely.
मैं बड़े overconfidence में चली गई. मैंने कुछ किया नहीं, and in my next day itself I started trekking, which is a big mistake. So I went from 11,000 feet to 16,000 feet, and I felt very ill. Ill मतलब मेरे को my lungs filled with water. मैं अकेली थी एक गांव में.
God.
My turning point was this village. This village had only one house. Smriti, आप मानेंगे नहीं. The next village was about 4 hours away. This is one village, one home, 3 members of the family, and I was staying in their home, and I couldn't breathe. They helped me out. Some couple of trekkers helped me out, and at that point in time, when I went on this trek, I was actually teaching as a teacher. I quit my corporate and I was teaching in a very good school here in Gurgaon. And during that time when I fell ill, I saw this one school which had 5 children, only 5 kids, and 2 teachers, mind you. उसमें से एक जो teacher थी वो गई थी ले for what? To get midday meal supplies.
Okay.
और उनकी जो पूरी journey थी, it would have taken her 2 days because there's no road to reach this village. So I'm sitting there wondering, is this India? How do I not know anything about this? How do I know so little about Ladakh? And how are these children studying? इनके किताबों में, it is English medium. They refer to things that these children have never seen. You know, hundreds of miles away from anywhere. So it was my illness, the fact that I was away without a phone, without family, you know, is one place which really makes you think. So that journey for 3 weeks, when I came back, it completely transformed me. When I came back to Delhi, I was driven. 1.5 saal I tried to pursue. I said, we need to do something about Ladakh, and how come no one's doing anything about it? So it was a passion. It took me 1.5 years to find a model which works and whatever, but 1.5 saal baad I managed to convince my husband also कि आप भी घुस जाओ, and another of our co-founders, and that's when I started 17,000 feet. I quit my teaching. So now I'm doing this full time.
And you're loving this.
I'm loving this. It's not just, I won't say this loving it. My inspiration is those people. I'm amazed how they live there, you know, so cut off, no electricity,
It's
no
very
roads.
intriguing. It's very intriguing.
Children go to school in minus 15 degrees centigrade. They sit on the floor. People are hungry for education. And here we are in Delhi, we shut down our schools at, you know, 5-7 degrees centigrade. You know how it is. My children go to the same school. So looking at them is my inspiration. I said, if they want it, the best we can do, the least we can do is help make the system better. So they have a better life.
Absolutely.
Why can't they deserve what we have?
Ramya, your source of inspiration, which propelled you.
No, so I have actually been interested in education since my childhood. So I was in high school when I started saying that I'm going to work in education. पर तब पता नहीं था कि work in education का मतलब क्या है. Like what does it mean? And बोलते थे कोई school start करना है, कुछ करना है. But I also realized actually when I saw some voluntary things as a student, I also realized कि किसी भी field में काम करने के लिए one needs to get a set of skills. One needs to build a certain network, all that. And otherwise, you know, one ends up doing sort of low quality work. So I said, okay, I'm going to build a full career. So I followed a very, I mean, that way stereotypical path. So I'm graduate from IIT Delhi and IIM Calcutta, and I was in corporate McKinsey and Company, which is a management consulting firm, for 15 odd years. But this thing was always there back of my mind. I always used to keep volunteering with some initiatives. And finally then, there were 2 turning points. One was in 2008 when I was thinking very strongly that I'm going to finish 10 years of my corporate career. I want to make a switch. At that time, this Mumbai terrorist attack happened. And I'm from Mumbai. So, and when that happened, I mean, it just hit me hard that life is short. One never knows like what's going to happen the next day.
Very nice.
So whatever you want to do, you should do quickly. So I went back to my colleagues and said, look, I've been thinking about this long enough and I want to work in education. I'm going to leave and start something. At that time, my colleagues said, why don't you instead build the firms, our management consulting firms education practice, and which was a very thoughtful thing for our firm to say. So I ended up doing that for 5-6 years. And that's when my second turning point came, which is a lot of other initiatives. I was also working on training of teachers, providing content to the classroom, all these things. And one day on the ground, and this was a government school where the teacher told me, ठीक है हम सब ये कर रहे हैं और हम improve हो रहे हैं, but मुझे क्या मिल रहा है इसमें? And you have to get a little closer to the people on the ground for them to open up and say this, because otherwise in our community we will actually tell teachers, you should not ask for it. This is a noble profession, you should only be giving, you should not be asking for anything for yourself. But the reality is, in any profession, the professional also wants their own growth to happen along with whatever they are doing for society. So this teacher on the ground said, mujhe kya mil raha hai? What am I getting? And this question then made me start speaking to a lot of other teachers and understanding what is the motivation, what is the lack of motivation. And that's when it hit me that unless teaching becomes a real career, all the other work, it's not going to take root. And that sort of set me on the journey of planning Center another year and a half before I actually quit and started, which is now 5 years back. So I would say those were the two turning points
of your life which have inspired you. I'm sure that these stories are definitely going to inspire the audience who are watching this show. Rinka, you tell us, how was your journey and when did it begin?
So for me, actually, this journey started a very long time ago. When I was young, literally from childhood, I had seen my father, he was working in the dairy sector. He was heading the National Dairy Development Board. He was working with Verghese Kurian. So, बचपन से हम villages में जाते थे उनके साथ. वो dairies build करते थे, हमको बोलते थे कि चलो मेरे साथ experience करो. That's how I started seeing a lot of things around more interiors of the country, seeing how social impact really has, how can you make an impact into society. So that was my first inspiration. बचपन से वो inspiration थी. फिर मैं US में पढ़ने गई, मैं US में काम कर रही थी, and in the US in the 90s, I was actually working for a very similar kind of a setup there. This was also set up by one ex-head of R&D for a large organization. तो मैंने 3 साल काम किया. जब मैं वहाँ पे काम करी थी, I was I think 24, 25 around that time. Yeah, and that's when I had in my mind कि एक ज़िंदगी में कभी तो ये करना चाहिए मेरे को. Then I came back to India. I was working with Unilever, again a fabulous organization where I learned amazing stuff over 16 years. And like I said, I was heading R&D at the end. 16 साल जब हो गए, फिर मैंने सोचा चलो अभी let me try giving back. I think time has come for me to give back to society what I have learnt. And I remember having this conversation with my boss actually at Unilever, and Unilever being very women friendly from a very early, early time.
Right.
She in fact told me, she said, Rinka, go give it a shot. अगर नहीं होता है, फिर वापस phone करो, आ जाओ, come back. The door will always be open. And it was with that, sort of assurance kind of a thing. I just said, okay, chalo try karte hain. And I was about 43 when I started this. I said, chalo, theek, I'll try till 50. If it doesn't work, I'll always go back to a job. But I'm very happy that I haven't had to do that. So for me, there were a lot of these different inspirations and turning points, really.
Poonam, what was it, that one thing which propelled you?
I think my father instilled in me and my siblings this slightly funny kink. It was like laugh at everything, question everything. And then when you get trained as a designer, I was at the NID many years ago when design was not even understood. People would say, fashion design. And I'd say, no, design. And they'd say, what does that mean? And I'd say, it's looking at systems. And so one of the things that always intrigues me is there's so much money in the world. Still we have poverty. There's so much technology. But still we don't have running water in some places. So what drives this? And that led me to get in love with systems and understanding systems. And when people say you work with waste, I say I don't work with waste. I work with understanding systems, and waste is not a problem. It's a symptom. And this idea of something being a symptom and unraveling that, that actually gives me the greatest joy. And that comes from, I think, fundamentally from my dad.
अच्छा, अपने काम के लिए जो हम काम करते हैं उसके लिए रिकग्निशन कितना ज़रूरी है?
मेरे लिए कुछ भी नहीं. But I think
बट एक
मेरे को लगता है ये जो हमको मेरे को recognition मिला है, ये उन सब brave people के लिए है जो 70,000 हमारे customers हैं, जो at no cost to government, okay, they are doing nation's work. They are doing the work for soil, India's soil. Those people, it's the award for them actually.
And for the people who want to draw inspiration from you and stand out, how important in that perspective is this recognition? That you are sending out a message that
You know,
yes, we have worked hard.
When I was in the 8th standard, we had a history book. And in that, we read about the Buddha. And for me, it was very fascinating. मैंने बोला, I live in a country which has created and generated some of the greatest philosophies of humankind. Yeah, and I feel that one of the things that mass of knowledge that exists, it has talked so often about the fact that you don't need anything from the outset. And I think that knowledge is a very important bit to keep human beings sane and understanding their relationship with the earth, because I think we are in a very finite space. And we cannot forget that. That is paramount. It cuts through caste, class, everything. You're finally going back. Like I tell people, I said I'm finally compost. And so are you.
Very nice. Sujata, generally in a Indian society, there is a perception कि या तो teacher बन जाओ, या तो doctor बन जाओ, या तो engineer बन जाओ. Entrepreneurs को लेकर के इतना inspiration कभी सुना नहीं, देखा नहीं. तो एक ऐसे सिनारियो में कितना बड़ा चैलेंज था कि आई एम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, आई वांट टू सेट अप माय ओन इंस्टीट्यूशन एंड आई वांट टू बी अ फाउंडर एंड ड्राइव इट फर्दर.
आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा है. आई मीन नॉट ओनली एंटरप्रेन्योर्स तो अभी आजकल लोग बात कर रहे हैं, बट स्पेसिफिकली फॉर वुमेन इट्स बीन नॉट दैट टॉक्ड अबाउट. एंड आई कम फ्रॉम अ सोसाइटी वेयर हमारे इतने एंटरप्रेन्योर्स है नहीं एज कम्पेयर टू अदर पीपल. So I'm a Tamil Brahmin, and we're just known to go into the service industry. We're doctors, engineers, the usual. Most of my cousins are. So when I was growing up, I went to college. मैंने वही किया. I took a job. I did this, but it was a challenge. The day I said मुझे नहीं करना ये, the day I said कि I think I can make a difference somewhere. मैंने जो खुद सीखा है, and like all my colleagues here. Even I learned a lot from my corporate. लेकिन उस जो learning को लेके जो हम actually कुछ कर सकते हैं on the ground with people with real problems, that I saw huge potential. And all said and done, it was a challenge because you have to believe in it yourself. Then being able to convince your family or say कि ठीक है मैं कर रही हूँ, just watch it. So it was quite a bit of a challenge because there's risks involved. It may or may not succeed. Do you have the money for it? And I'm a social entrepreneur. इसके लिए तो पैसे तो इतने आसानी से आते नहीं हैं. You have to go to corporates and ask for donations and contributions. So, and there is no support system in terms specifically for entrepreneurs, and specifically so for social entrepreneurs. Exactly what is the model? How does one go about setting this up? Funding कहाँ से आती है? How do you write proposals? Who do you reach out to?
And there is also a scenario that if it doesn't work, then what
is your fallback?
Fallback.
So very hard, but I think for me specifically, in one thing, my parents specifically, my dad has taught me. He's from the Indian Air Force, so he's always treated me like an equal. कि भाई कर सकता है, तुम भी कर सकते हो. I learned to ride a motorcycle when I was 16 years old. I mean, there were no holds barred in that sense. So he said, कुछ भी करना, even my motorcycle broke down, he told me, go fix the tire yourself. So I realized, अगर कुछ करना है तो खुद ही करना है, and you have to rely on what you know.
And you have to take the responsibility also. You don't have to, if there is a failure, you can't blame anyone for anything. Ramya?
So interestingly, some parallels. So frankly, my parents right from childhood have given me the message that you can do whatever you want and you can be successful in whichever field you want. So in that sense, even though this award is trying to recognize women who may be facing a certain social barrier or certain challenges because of being a woman, and it's meant to create that broader awareness, I personally haven't faced those challenges because I personally have had the privilege of parents who have supported me every step of the journey. And my brother and I, there's like absolutely no difference. In fact, he's much younger than me, so he's like, you know, he's the one who was always told to sort of learn.
From you.
So yeah, so there was really no difference, and at every step, whatever I wanted to do, whatever I wanted to study, my parents were there backing it. So to that extent, you know, entrepreneurship, yes, it was different for our family because I also actually come from a very similar community background like her, and we are from a service background. Everyone works, everyone goes to corporates, etc. So entrepreneurship is different in our family, but it's not such a big quote unquote risk because at the end of the day, you know, if it fails, can you go back to a job? Of course you can. I think the bigger risk, and which is what I would say made me take a long time to take the plunge. I think the bigger risk is that you have dreamt about something all your life. For me, I think it was 25 years of dreaming before I started Centa. So you've dreamt about something all your life, and you are almost worried that, you know, when that dream becomes reality, what does it look like?
Absolutely.
And does it still look the way the dream looked?
Absolutely.
And I think that's the internal struggle more than, you know, any kind of external struggle, so to say. And now, of course, 5 years into the journey, I can see the importance of this work. So there are, I mean, for example, 150,000 teachers on this platform. And every day, the kind of messages we get from teachers on how life-changing it has been for them. So one of my colleagues told me, in fact, just 10 days back, when we were facing some problem, and she said, look, you know, one way or the other, this has to work because every day teachers are coming back saying that it's life-changing, and now the stakes are very high. And we can't afford to, in any way, you know, we have to scale up this initiative, we have to grow it because the stakes have become high. So I would say those are the kinds of challenges more than personal risk where, I mean, frankly, I come from a background where I had all the, you know, privileges of education, privileges of family support, which a lot of others don't have. And during this journey, we have met many of them, and it's been very humbling to see how many of them have done the same things without that support.
Absolutely. And one thing more which I've realized is that after hearing to your stories, that age is no bar. When you are steadfast, you know that you want to reach there, you want to achieve it, then you have to be there. People give lame excuses that ab to kya umar reh gayi hai, ab to like females generally Exactly. Rinka, what challenges as a woman you had to face with your institution and your dreams?
So I think, you know, I won't sort of segregate that as saying that's specific challenges as a woman, because I think honestly, ये word women entrepreneur तो लोग काफी use करते हैं, but people don't use the word male entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, whether it's a woman or a man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the challenges we face, yes, maybe slightly more, and I will come to that. But I think, you know, the first thing, like you said, is that अपने आप को एक, you know, you have to make up your mind कि मेरे को ये करना है. I want to drive. I want to go after this. I am going to give this a shot. Then you will find ways to be able to get your, you know, what you need to be able to get there. For me, getting your family to be with you is very important. I remember when I was leaving my job after 16 years, and my father called me up and he said, you know, इतनी अच्छी paying job है, तुम क्यों छोड़ रहे हो? Yeah, so he called me up and he said, you know, why are you leaving your job? And then he and my husband and we all sat down and we discussed कि चलो, I mean, इससे बुरा क्या होगा? What is the worst that can happen? You know, and we discussed through the process, and I said, नहीं, मेरे को करना है. I want to give it a shot. And that's how I got the support. And it's very important to get the support of your family. I think that was very critical. Because I think we women do have some additional issues, right? So it is about balancing your work, your you know, personal life, बच्चे हैं, उनकी, you know, taking care of their responsibilities, things like that. So it was very important for me to make sure I had a discussion with the family saying, this is what I want to do, this is what I need from you, this is the help I need. And I think we women many times struggle to ask for help. ये एक काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम होती है हम में कि नहीं हम कर लेंगे, हम सब कुछ कर लेंगे, बट वी आर नॉट एबल टू डू एवरीथिंग. वी नीड टू कम टू दैट रियलाइजेशन कि सब कुछ नहीं होता है, ये हो सकता है, ये नहीं हो सकता है. So these were a few things that I had to be clear about.
Maybe because of the fact that we want to be responsible for everything.
Correct.
कि अगर किसी ने खाना खाया है नहीं खाया है तो we are responsible. घर में काम हुआ है नहीं हुआ है we are responsible. ऑफिस में कोई issue है नहीं है तो we are responsible. So we have this inbuilt in this thing in our DNA that we have to take responsibility for all the works which belong to us.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is something that I struggle with even today. It's not that we have solved the problem completely. You still feel कि नहीं मेरे को ये भी करना चाहिए, वो भी करना चाहिए. So it's not easy to give, to do that. But yeah, but that is something that I learn. And I keep telling back to a lot of my female colleagues who want to start off on their own. I say, इस चीज़ का try and see how you can stay away from and be very clear कि ये मेरे से होगा, ये मेरे से नहीं होगा.
We have to
it's very
segregate,
important to decide that. I think that is what I have begun to differentiate, and that's what has helped me actually. The other thing is also to be able to say how much you can delegate, how much can you give it to your team to run. Let's say your family, like I said, ask for help, then you will get that. So these are a few things I think that were important for me to be able to sort of achieve some level of success and try to sort of break your own barriers. Actually, women में ये भी एक बड़ी दुविधा होती है कि हम अपने ही barriers खुद ही बना लेते हैं, and that is another issue. So
True.
I think
Poonam?
I agree with Rinka on many of the points she said. I think that we create our own barriers, and I think my hardest thing is that I unfortunately don't have the corporate background that all of them have, and so therefore business and processes was not something that I've any skilled at all. And so I think, but then I think that the barrier that I've faced the most is asking for help. I'm so bad at it. And I need to really get better at this because I think it really helps leaning on to people who are willing to help you actually. There are lots of them who say, but sometimes you just don't have the mind space to
कि वो काम कैसे होगा, ये अगले को अगर हमने काम डेलीगेट कर दिया तो will he or she be able to do it as perfectly as I am doing? और let me finish it off, I can do it much better. जल्दी कर लेंगे, जल्दी खत्म हो जाए. Exactly, because I know the temperament, I know the work. अच्छा, एक और चीज़ होती है कि how important as a woman it is to contribute to the society. Specifically women, if we talk about. How important it is that we contribute to the society, Ramya?
I mean, frankly, I don't think it is different between a woman and a man. At one level, it is important for everyone to contribute to society. At another level, I would, in fact, not place that burden on anyone. I think contributing to society is something that some of us are driven to, and I don't see it as being different from, I don't know, wanting to earn money, wanting to, say, be in a big position. So ultimately, when we are contributing to society, there is a personal satisfaction one gets out of it. So
gender is no bar in that case. So we
gender is no bar at all. And
as a citizen, we have this responsibility of contributing to the societal goods.
Yeah, gender is neither a bar nor an obligation. So there is no obligation on women in particular to contribute to society. No, I don't think so at all. For that matter, I don't think there is a particular obligation on women to take care of the family. It's an equal role for men and women.
Rinka, talking about the patriarchal mindset, generally what happens that when it comes to financial matters or decisions in offices, in homes, generally the decisions are left to the male people that, yeah, you take the decision. But women are not so much trusted with when it comes to the financial and money matters. So how these SMA as a women entrepreneur, इस विश्वास को हासिल करना कितना ज़रूरी है?
See, yeah, I mean, I think it is important for the women entrepreneur to do this, not so much to prove herself, but to feel self-fulfilled and to feel that she can do it. I mean, I can tell you that I struggle with, you know, you tell me कि अभी इसका business plan बना दो, इसकी savings plan बना दो, I would straight away pass it on to the male person in my family, maybe pass it on to my husband, say कि आप इसको कर दो, you know, or give it to my accountant. We sometimes shy away from those kind of matters, but I think that is something that we should as women do much more of, not for anybody else's confirmation that I can do it, but just because you know, and you should feel that you can do it. Because at the end of the day, वो क्या है? It's just numbers, right?
Numbers,
and you can
absolutely.
then, you know, you take again help from whoever you need to be able to get there. So I think it's very important because it's very important for women entrepreneurs to be on top of their business. I recently did that for my company right now, and we just were working on some projections and things like that. And that's when I realized, when I was working on my numbers, is when I realized कि मेरी आज की problems क्या है, मेरे को क्या address करना है और मेरे को आगे जाके करना क्या है. So I think that is very important for women to know, and I think it's not just women; it's both men and women need to know this. But women more so only because they just don't do it
Sujata?
sufficiently. They don't trust themselves.
So patriarchal mindsets, interesting. One thing I think we need to understand is we as women also contribute to that patriarchal mindset. It doesn't just come from the men alone, right? Absolutely. So for decades, years, centuries, we've been feeding that and possibly even believing it. So it's not about what you, it's not about proving, like Rinka said very clearly. It's about changing what you believe. That's it. Do you want to do it? Do it. Do you think it's important for you to know the numbers? Learn it. If you think it's not important, you want to delegate it, it's delegate it. It depends on you and your business, your vision, and what you want to do. So, जो patriarchal mindset है, it's easy to say that the male has to break it. I think we have to break it ourselves, and that comes only from self-belief. Being an entrepreneur is a learning process. When you've been in a job for so long, you have to learn everything. You have to be the doer, you have to do the accounts, you have to do everything. Just go ahead and do it and learn it. And if you can't, it's okay to delegate. I don't think there are roles at all. You may be good at math, you may be good at biology as a child. Doesn't matter. So forget, break those ceilings, break those thoughts right then and there. Do what you're good at and own it. I think that's what it is. I had to learn this as myself first. Like Rinka said, I didn't know how to make a business plan, and I gave it to my co-founder. And I saw the account sheet he was making. I said, wait, I can do this. I'm starting to do it now. It's great because I want to own it.
Yeah, and you have to, it has to start from somewhere.
It has to start. And within.
Absolutely. Ramya, I'm sure that many of the women, like just before the show, I was talking to a friend of mine. She said, I told her that I'm doing a show on this. She said that there is one thing, one question on my mind, that as a woman, there is a lot of responsibility. So in that a scenario, how a female should balance her professional and personal life? Because it's very important to strike a balance. So how do a person do it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't see a difference in gender roles. So ultimately, a house needs to be managed by both men and women, and offices need to be managed by both men and women.
बट अक्सर ऐसा होता है कि भाई अब घर में अगर जैसे कि सुजाता या रिंका बच्चे हैं तो भाई मदर आकर के देख लेगी, या खाना है तो आप देख लो, बिकॉज फीमेल्स दे डू इट मच बेटर, लेडीज दे डू इट मच बेटर. सो ऐसे केसेस में रिंका यू टेल अस कि क्या चैलेंजेस होते हैं और कैसे बैलेंस को स्ट्राइक किया जाता है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल. आई मीन, आई थिंक एक तो इंडिया में प्रॉब्ली एक्सपेक्टेशंस ये होती है कि द वुमन विल डू, यू नो, शी विल कम बैक फ्रॉम ऑफिस, शी विल टेक केयर, शी विल मेक श्योर दैट द डिनर इज ऑन द टेबल. I think one of the things that sometimes it is not very easy, but women need to have the courage to say no. That I cannot do it today. मैं आज नहीं कर पाऊँगी, आज आप कर लो. You know, if there, I mean, so she has to demand for it, and I think वही हमारी थोड़ी मुश्किल होती है, because just the way our society is. And I think that is something that I have learned along the way as well. That, you know, where you can say no, please say no, because I cannot do it. You know, and somebody else has to do it. And so many times it's happened, whether it's in family or, you know, I've had many, some of the people and my employees in my company saying कि नहीं मेरे को आज जल्दी जाना, मेरे को ये करना है. I said, okay, fine. I mean, please go if you have to do it, no problem. But have you ever asked somebody in your house, let's say if it's your husband or your father or your father-in-law, have you asked them that चलो आज आप ये करके कर लो क्योंकि मैं नहीं आ पाऊँगी? and have you seen the response, or have you tried to do that? वो हम नहीं कर पाते. And I think that is very important for us to break that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
definitely, yeah.
No,
Sujata.
I want to add to this. You see, the thing is, ये जो stereotypical roles होते हैं ना, even there, I think, like what you said, we women tend to think we do it better. We tend to think we take care of the kids better, we make better food, we ensure the children eat better. जो भी है, अगर उसको ना आप side पे रख दो, and you realize, like she said, दोनों को साथ में करना ही. I have 5 kids. Okay, these kids, my youngest now is going into board exams, and when you start taking the sense ki again your focus is what? Family is the focus, your work is the focus. Business ho ya work, you have 2 focuses, you have to do it. 5 बच्चे हैं, 2 बच्चे हैं, you'll give equal, right? So I don't see a difference. So the thing is, when you start owning what you want to do and just saying I don't want to do this, the other person chips in. They do. But when you start taking on so much amongst yourself, thinking that you're the only one and you're the woman, you have to do it. I think we contribute to it. We need to stop thinking that we do this better. Men do it. Fine, they may be a little bit
Clumsy
house
with
may
the
not
things
be as clean as
initially,
you
yeah.
want it to, but it's okay.
अच्छा,
I'm
सोसाइटल
gone.
प्रेशर भी होता है क्या रम्या कि लाइक सोसाइटी एक्सपेक्ट्स कि हाँ ये काम सेग्रीगेट जैसे कर दिया जाता है कि दिस वर्क कैन बी डन इन अ बेटर वे बाय अ वुमन और दिस वर्क कैन बी डन इन अ बेटर वे बाय अ मैन दो शी इज अर्निंग दो शी इज गोइंग आउट बट शी शुड कम बैक एंड डू दिस वर्क एज वेल.
Societal pressure is definitely there, no doubt about that. But I think we are the people who need to change that narrative. So for me, the meaning of Women Transforming India, if that's the name of this award and the name of this program, then for me the meaning of that is not to say that, okay, 15 women were picked and given this award and now let us figure out how women can balance between work and life, but rather how can we use this to change the narrative. That balance is needed for both men and women. So both men and women need to balance between their work and their family. And not only work and family, other things, hobbies, health, spirituality. I mean, all human beings need to balance multiple things. So how do we change this narrative from being one of, women need to do to balance to saying, yes, everyone needs to have a balanced life. And that is essential. And everyone will have phases when they cannot have a balance. There'll be a phase when your company is young and needs your 200% attention. There'll be a phase when your child is young and needs your 200% attention. So there'll be phases. But overall, everyone needs to have a certain balance.
Balance.
We have to have the courage to speak our mind. I think that is very important. काफी टाइम पे हम वो गेट जो है हम ही क्लोज कर देते हैं कि नहीं, ये तो होगा नहीं, मैं नहीं बोल पाऊंगी, and I will, I'll therefore मैं कर लूंगी, And I think that is very
भले
important.
हमारी तबीयत खराब हो, we are not
कुछ,
well, we are unable to make the best of the day, but still we are like अच्छा ठीक है, it's okay, we will manage. Poonam, what message will you send out to all the women who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs?
Well, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you should. But if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you should have the courage to say, I don't. I think it's fundamentally, it's about seriously ask yourself, don't follow the crowd. And I think women are very good at being whatever they really want to do, and they should.
Rinka, what message for the society at large?
No, absolutely. Like she said, if you want to be an entrepreneur, please be an entrepreneur. Always give it a shot. I would always say that try, give it your best, do the best you can. And if it's not possible to do a few things, it's okay. You need to be able to accept कि कुछ चीज़ें होती है, कुछ चीज़ें नहीं होती, and that's fine. And success and failure comes, as part of all the things. So I don't think that's an issue. But just always give it a shot. Ask a lot of help. And I keep saying this because I think if you want to be a good, successful entrepreneur, it's important that you need to ask for help. The second thing that I also wanted to just say is that women don't really sometimes don't network enough. And I think to run a good, successful entrepreneurship, it's also important to say when you are not just asking for help, look at your ecosystem, look around you, कहाँ से क्या चीज़ें हो सकती है which will help you do better. So I think it's also a lot of networking. That's required. But fundamentally, yes, networking, ask for help and have the courage.
Have the courage. Ramya?
Yeah, so I would say firstly, build your own skills. So I think to be an entrepreneur successfully, whether a man or a woman, there are a bunch of skills involved. They are domain-specific skills, they are general skills, but focus heavily on investing in yourself and building your own skills rather than only following a passion. So I think the passion and the dream associated with entrepreneurship and all that, all the hype that is these days associated with that passion, that is great. But that passion alone does not run the business, does not create the balance sheet, does not run the marketing campaign. So build a set of skills. So and that I would focus on. Secondly, yes, if you are facing social barriers, which definitely a subset of women in particular do face, and quite a big subset. So if you are facing social barriers, reach out. I mean, reach out to others who have, been there before you, done something in a similar field, in your own networks, in an extended network. And as Rinka said, I have generally found that whoever you reach out to is willing to help once you reach out. So if you are facing a certain barrier, reach out and ask for help.
Sujata, and definitely to add to this, that how to keep oneself inspired. Despite of every downs and lows, one should always keep oneself inspired. That yeah, it is not happening, but yeah, we are on the right track. We are at least making an attempt.
So very interesting. As an entrepreneur, you'll face a lot of downs, let me tell you, and a lot of highs also. And the thing is, you own them because you created them, so you own them. So be aware of that for one. कि ये होना ही है, walk into it with that. I want to say one thing. How do you know you're an entrepreneur? Okay, you know you're an entrepreneur if there is something in you that's craving. Ramya talked about 25 years of having a dream. She talked about, in her childhood seeing a father go into. So it's there in your heart, it's there. So listen to that inner voice. If that inner voice is telling you that there's something there that you can change, you can address, listen to it. Number two, I'll say, don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. If someone tells you can't do it, let that be the single reason that why you go yourself and do it.
Do it more steadfastly then.
In fact,
that should be the turning point.
That becomes the propelling factor actually. It's like, so if you can't do it, let you be the one to tell yourself you can't do it, but at least give it that shot. Give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? And one of you said, right? What is the worst that can happen? You'll fail. And failing is good. You can't learn new things if you don't fail. So entrepreneurship, there'll be bad days, you will fail, you will get up and you will do better.
Definitely.
Going with that, I think it's great.
I think whatever you do, one thing is that whether you're man or woman, if you're doing entrepreneurship, make sure whatever you do doesn't harm the earth. I think that has to become a underlying thing for everybody now.
Everybody. Thank you so much, Sujata, Ramya, Rinka and Poonam for joining us and giving us such insightful stories and inspiring anecdotes from your life. And definitely, I'm sure that audience must have had a very good time. And I would like to underscore one point, that your energies were indeed very contagious. Thank you so much everyone for joining us, and that's all we have for you in today's special edition. We'll see you again. Until then, take care of your health and thank you for watching.